Okay, so I recorded a whole 20-minute episode and I deleted it. I don't even know why. I just went, no, I don't like it. So we're doing it again. But we're going to talk about things slightly differently. Let's do this stupid intro. There's nothing worth changing. Ladies and gentlemen, and those of you who do not subscribe to the social construct that is gender, and what is the 21st century, welcome to the Alex Cupid show. I hate this. I truly hate this. This is a show. It's like Torchwood, you know? You have Doctor Who, which is Silly Whales, and you have all the spin-offs. This is one of the spin-offs. This is Torchwood. Like, I would like to think that people remember Torchwood, you know, fondly. I did. I do. I like Captain Jack Harkness, you know? He's cool. But guess what? Sarah Jane Adventures is just, for me, personally, growing up with it, God tier. But people like Torchwood. So if this tax, the Alex Cupid show, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is seen punching up to, you know, the Sarah Jane Adventures level, I'm happy. It's not here to take over Doctor Who. It's just a little bit of a spin-off. Where's Joe? Who the fuck knows? No, Joe is off doing Joe things. We're both swamped at the minute. And this is me poking my head out of no man's land and hoping I don't get shot. Or maybe I do want to get shot. Who knows? Who cares? So, I have a new job. I mentioned that in the last episode of City Wales a while back. It has started. It has started. Guys. I now have a work phone and a work laptop, and my work phone is better than my personal phone. I have an iPhone 7. I don't really do the whole consumerism, buy the latest iPhone, and I say that as if I'm a willing participant in this exchange. I just can't afford to get a new phone, but I have an iPhone 16e. I didn't know there was an iPhone 16. It also has an E on the end, so I'm guessing that means like E for enjoyable. So I have an iPhone 16 enjoyable. And I don't want to, you know, the pictures are super clear, but I can't really take pictures of like, you know, what am I going to do? It's a work phone. It has like the company I work for's logo on it. I can't change it to Joe Biden, who is the background of my actual personal phone. And I'm just like, cool. And then I have a work email. And then I've had a work email before, but the guys, I have annual leave. What's annual leave? Now, I've worked in education for most, if not all of my life. Like literally from the day I was born. And I'm used to getting 6 to 8 weeks of holiday, you know? And getting 28 days of annual leave is seen as impressive by people. Like, hey, I don't like this, help me. And everyone's saying, 28 days is good. I only get 25. I'm like, and you're not burning the office down? You're not trying to kill somebody? You're not spray painting fuck the CEO? You're not, there's no inquisition, there's no guillotine, there's no nothing. And it shocks me. It shocks me. I don't really know where to begin with how dismayed I am. Now, I have colleagues saying things to me like, oh, I'm going to take a day of annual leave. One singular day. One singular day. By the time you're midway through that singular day, you're being like, oh, I've got to go to work tomorrow. Fuck. Bagger. And I just don't get it. And I just have to adapt to this. Getting paid monthly as well. Like, oof. It's a different feeling. You know? Financial security is a great thing. But also, it comes at a price. My hours aren't even that bad. I don't hate my job either. I actually think I'm gonna enjoy it properly when I get started properly. It's the first like couple of weeks. We're doing the bedding in process. my work phone was somebody else's phone number. So the phone number was assigned to another worker at some point. So then I got random calls from people being like, hey, I'm looking for this guy. I'm like, I'm not him. Oh, are you sure? I'm pretty fucking sure, mate. I am not the guy you're looking for. So who are you? I don't know. I'm not the guy you're looking for. Yeah. So yeah, I've started a new job. I'm a youth mentor. I help people right before they get involved in the worst parts of society, you know. So yeah, and it's fun. There's things to enjoy. It's a natural progression. We enjoy these moments. And oh, by the way, this show's going to operate slightly differently. Normally there's transitions and all that stuff. We're not doing transitions. I am recording this at midnight 36 on the 20th of March. I want this uploaded on the 20th of March. So I'm sacrificing a little bit of sleep here, but I'm also sacrificing the cleanness of an edit. So I'm not doing transitions. So when I say, I'm not even going to wrap up what I was saying about adulting being hard. No, I'm just going to say this. It's now time for mental health this week. Boop, 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 boop. See, look at that music. It is the thing. We're now discussing politics, and I'm trying my best to not delve too deep into this stuff, but I kind of have to. To lay the table for our friends who are not in the United Kingdom. The Labour Party is the equivalent of the Democratic Party in the United States. By that I mean, they're not left-wing, they're not far-right, they're centre-right, or more like, right in some ways, sort of centre-left in some ways. It's better than having the Republicans or the Conservatives in charge. America, you done goofed. So, we have the Labour Party. I'm happy they won. I voted for Labour. I'm happy that they're in charge. Life would be hell right now if the Tories, that's a nickname for the Conservatives, were to win. So we will take it. We will take this moment. However, remember what I said. They are centre-right, and they could do with, reinstilling what makes Labour Labour. Labour's supposed to be the party of the working class, and it's kind of not. Given that today's news article comes from the fact that Labour are now considering, well, they're probably going to do it, cutting benefits for the working class people. So they need to balance the books. And of course, who is the first thing that gets a chop? It's something to do with the working class. They are balancing the books off of the backs of people who are disabled, sick, or long-term unable to work. It's very important. It's very, very, very important that I stress this. PIP is personal independence payment. And I might have gotten that wrong. Who knows? But effectively what it does is helps people who can't work or can only work limited hours retain their independency and also their independence. And also it allows them to live. Now I'm not saying they're going to go to Ibiza. No, they're not. They're going to use it to pay things like rent, bills, food, childcare, things that make life, preserves the sanctity of life, which is something that we should all be able to do. They want to cut that. They need to. They apparently they need to. Apparently there's too many people claiming the benefits now. Oh, but since the pandemic, yeah, because it was a fucking pandemic. So people are going to be fucked up. Help them. Oh, but we're going to balance the books and we're going to offer programs. So you're going to take away their money and then you're going to help them to do what? And this is where my support for Labour drops, because this needs to be a transitional process. And also, you're dictating who is fit to work and who isn't fit to work, which means you're pretty much not going to listen, or you're going to ask whoever you bring in to do the assessments for these benefits to be more stringent. Now, when I wasn't working, I tried to get PIP and I was declined because I wasn't deemed severe enough. Fine. Sure, can't complain. I'm working now. But at the time, I was diabolically low, anxious to leave the house, just coming off the back of being stalked for like, God knows how many years. It feels like forever, probably only 2 years, but, could have probably done with something there, right? But alas, I now know multiple people who have, been involved in car accidents, been severely injured, struggling severely with mental health, who have been now declined PIP because they don't fit the criteria, and universal credit isn't covering their bills properly, they're struggling to work, and Labour is actively pretty much going after those people. So those who have PIP will probably no longer get it, but will struggle to retain it. And those who need it probably won't get it. Now, what we can only hope for is that the backbench of the Labour Party continue to be loud and continue to be vocal, and they continue to oppose this. We all need to start opposing things. We're not calling for a change of government, no. We're calling for a change of how the government looks upon the working class. When things get tough, the leading brains of the country, which is supposed to be the government, immediately turn to the lowest common denominator, and we get the chop. The Conservatives did it, and Labour's done it, and Labour's now doing it again. We cannot allow the working class to continuously suffer each and every single time the finances need to be budgeted properly. Nah. Start taxing companies. Start taxing companies that's been dodging taxation for a very long time. And boom, you have your 20 billion pounds. That is mental health this week. Again, no transitions. Look at that, you got music. Who would have thought? Now, I want to talk to you guys very briefly about Kanye West. Not really him, just the idea of separating art from the artist. I have a few of his songs on my playlist, and Heard 'Em Say is one of my favourite songs. However, I've not been able to listen to it fully for a very long time. I've struggled. Primarily because it just doesn't feel like it's an appropriate song anymore. The lyrics don't hit the same way. Everything he does no longer hits the same way. The meaning behind the song is out the window. The structure, the soul of it all goes out the window. It's kind of tainted. Now, there's loads of people who are still Kanye West fans till the day they die, and good on you, mate. Do your thing. I just don't feel like I can connect to him as an artist anymore. And that goes for a lot of people who sadly stray away from the path. And it's okay. It's not, for as wild as this is about to sound, it's not his problem, it's my problem. I'm choosing not to connect with his songs anymore. I've subconsciously made that choice, and that is that. But when you listen to a song and you have the feeling that the guy who made it actively hates you for existing, you kind of start to feel icky. And it's such a sad feeling. Like, I know lots of people who don't listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers because the lead singer wrote in his own book, actually, I might have got that wrong, who knows, about sleeping with, I think it's a 14-year-old girl. Allegedly. I get that. people don't want to connect to them anymore and don't really buy into it. I've never really been the biggest Red Hot Chili Pepper fan anyway. So I've never really had that feeling of, if I don't listen to them ever again in my life, I'm not really going to cry about it, But Kanye, so I heard him say, as part of Late Registration, that came out in 2005, one of the albums that impacted my life growing up. I was born in 1997, so I'm 27 years old, so my age in 2005, very much growing up still, and my music taste was influenced by my siblings. There we go. Like, one of the things I used to always repeat and listen to was the skit that played before Heard Him Say. And it was him in class, and it was like, "Wake up, Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West." And then it'll go into Heard Him Say. And it's and when I first heard that song for the first time, I remember because it was on my sister's iTunes account, effectively. And we had the CD, and she'll burn the CDs on. And there's a scratch on the CD. So Heard Him Say will be it will be whenever it hits the Adam Levine chorus, it'll be and I heard him say, "Nothing's ever promised tomorrow today." And I heard him say, and then Adam Levine will come in and it'll be "They ever promised to," and it'll start stuttering. Always at that bit, because of how the CD is burned. And I kind of wish I had that recording of it back again. But alas, because it was so impactful when I was growing up. And even the lyrics, the whole song is a lovely crescendo of everything. But now when it comes on in my playlist, I kind of skip it automatically and just can't bother to delete it. Which is annoying because Adam Levine fucking kills it in the song as well. "Nothing's ever promised tomorrow today." I can't sing. But "Nothing lasts forever but be honest, babe." Crazy. And now it's just gone. This song's kind of dying, just dead. But yeah, that's that really. I don't know if anyone else has that thing, but it's the thing. There's people who can stand for this stuff. I can tell that somebody out there is a stand for the fucking Lost Prophets and they blast it on repeat. You can just tell there's a sick fuck out there who's into that shit, okay? You can just tell. But yeah. Not me, dog. Not me. Anyway. How long have we been doing this? 18 minutes. And this is better than the last recording I did anyway. Did I miss out anything? I don't think so. Yeah, I've already said that adulting is hard. So I'm going to go into choo-choo recommendation station. Acres, My Everything. It's a song. I've asked Ryan to listen to it 45 times. But no one listens to me. So, yeah. You guys can all listen to it and you guys can all enjoy it. And with that being said, it's going to be... The next 2 weeks are very, very vital, I think, in how the year progresses. This show is on a really good momentum and a really good run. The views were increasing ever so slowly. The Happiness Project, my poetry album, or extended play. I don't know what I'm going to list it as yet. It's the written work is mostly done. I just need to get in the studio and record some of the poems again and really nail the quality of it. I think that I listened to the old recordings and my voice, I recorded this stuff last year. My voice has gone significantly more raspier and deeper, and I think it kind of fits that whole tone. So yeah. I can't wait to have people hate it. But yeah, I'm trying not to feel the heat, but there definitely is heat there. There's definitely heat there somewhere. And we just gotta make it through. You know? Anyway. I'm gonna take 2 steps to the rear and get out of here. I'm in the wind. See ya. Bomba clot.